Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining this workshop. And hopefully, we will go through some of the Copilot study stuff as per the webinar. Let's give it a couple of 2 minutes for people to join. So far, can you confirm that you see my screen and my voice is clear, please, in the chat? Thanks, Ted, and nice to see you. Okay, thanks, Abbas. All right, I think we can jump in to the topic of the Copilot Studio. So thanks all for joining again. To start with some of our agenda for this call. So first, I would like to explain a bit of what the Copilot versus Copilot Studio and why us as the Power Platform people are moving toward the Copilot Studio and how it's related to what we're doing as a process automation. Then we will talk about how most people are using Copilot Studio now and how we can elevate that to next level to make it more effective. Then to take what other options that you have in the Copilot Studio to increase the efficiency and make it more than just chatting interface. Then we will have a live demo of this with some practical steps of how to do stuff. Then we will talk on a specific aspect of the Copilot Studio. It's called actions. Then we'll say how we're gonna build it from structures, and then we'll leave some room for QA, or if anyone have a specific use case that might be worth discussing and brainstorming together. Okay, let's start with the Copilot Studio. Sorry, with what is the Copilot Studio and why it's not for us. And first, I want to just highlight that there's two different things. And Microsoft loves renaming things. And now you have the default Copilot chat, which is coming from Microsoft. It's a Copilot, it's a chat, it's an agent that's been built by a Microsoft that it can access, depending on your license, of course. You can access your teams, your files, and it's built in. So let me share what I mean with you. 1 second. And this is what's called Copilot. This is a chat from Microsoft. Okay, so this Copilot, it's coming as a standalone, could be, and you can buy it. I think there's a direct license for it. Now, what we're more interested about is the Copilot Studio. And as known as, it used to be called PVT, Power Virtual Agent. And it's under Microsoft Power Platform. In the Copilot Studio, you can go from here and you create your own agents, your own chatbot. And as you can see, it's related to Microsoft Power Platform. It's even used to be called Power Virtual Agent before the generative AI era. And after that, they make it a bit separate, but it's still connected in the underneath, and we will see that. And this is why we're here, to be honest. So in this call, we will focus more in the Copilot Studio, how to building a custom agent that can do more than just giving it a data source and answering your questions about it. And here's the Copilot Studio. You can reach it from different places in your environment. The Copilot Studio at Microsoft.com, and you will see some templates from Microsoft, and you will see the agents that you have in your tenant, and you have some other options here. You can reach it from Power Apps. This is why I'm saying that it's related to Microsoft Power Platform. So you can see the agents here. and all of that. And the the underlying code and source code is stored as a solutions in the Power Platform. So this is just to keep in mind the underneath technology of the Copilot Studio. It's all related to the Microsoft Power Platform at the end. So Microsoft making like it's all under the Power Platform structure architecture. And the Copilot Studio now is moving more into chatbot things. From the licensing perspective, it's maybe it's another topic for another session. But as a summary, this agent it works and depends on the number of the messages, number of actions, but the Copilot that comes from Microsoft, for example, it's per user. So you buy it, I think it's a $3 per user, and you will get the full access to the Copilot where it accesses your messages, your emails, and you will get Word Copilot, Excel Copilot, Outlook Copilot, and all of it. So that's a different thing. So just I wanna, because to be honest, it was confusing at the start, and Microsoft loves renaming uh, the terms of the tools and the products. And even to be honest, like 1 week ago, or at least in the Microsoft build 25, which was I think was 1 week ago, we got like a major upgrade of the interface of the Copilot Studio. So some big stuff has been changed from the naming perspective as well inside the Copilot Studio. Now, with the Copilot Studio in place, you have ability to create agents that can do a lot more than the chatting. So let's go back to this. So the nice thing about the Copilot Studio, it's mixing the both, the generative AI, which is giving it a data source and asking questions about it. But at the same time, you can extend that and use some automations to make actions, to trigger stuff, to do auto actions based on schedule, all of that. It's all be done by the Microsoft Power Platform integration side. And this is where we focusing, to be honest. Some of you maybe know me, I'm a practical guy. I'm not looking for AI going to take our jobs. It's more like how we can use this tool in our day-to-day operation to get the things done. And the only way to do it is to take actions to or react upon specific actions and not only answering the questions. And this is what we're trying to do here in the Copilot Studio to make it more like a tool that can be used to take actions on behalf of the user or automated, escalate, react upon specific actions or events. And this is where we come as a Power Platform people to integrate all of these with the Copilot Studio and leave the, let's say, call it the Gen AI and all of that's there. It's good. It's nice to say, show me the most selling product from the database. That's nice thing. But I want to return my order and take me through the process and send me the approval to the manager. All of that. That's something I would call it an automation. So this is where we more let's say gonna focus. Now, as I said, there is a lot of actions that can be done in the Copilot Studio, including most of the Power Automate. We will see some samples in our demo now as well. So how most of the people are using it? It's to be honest, I've seen some people doing some agents. The most common use case that I've seen people using it as a concept is putting a couple of files as a data source, okay, which is usually company policy or a lot of policies documents and all of that, and make it to the people to ask the questions about these documents. And I've seen this a lot, to be honest. It's good at some level. I've seen one engineering company that's doing product documentations. They have like a lot of product documentations. So the engineers, rather than going through all the manuals and documentation, they're asking questions. It's not a bad thing, but I'm saying that you can get more out of it. So it's not like this is the only thing that you can do with it. Okay. Um, Or you can connect to the data source, of course, to a specific table, as I said, or Dataverse for now, Azure SQL. These are the most SharePoint, most commonly used as databases. We call it knowledge. And for this, you can get some data based on your natural language. As I said, show me the most selling product in the last month, and all of this. It's a smart chatbot. Of course, it's smart, but still, you need to do more than just answering questions. We need to act upon the data rather than just reading the data. With this, we can start talking about what else Copilot can do. And here is the most important thing. What else we can do? What use cases that can cover or cannot cover? And if we understand the architecture of the integration between the Copilot Studio and Power Platform, you can say whatever Power Platform can do, the Copilot Studio can do. Because simply every actions available in Power Automate, if you are familiar with Power Automate, it's available to be used or executed using the Copilot Studio. Like if I built a Power Automate to connect my ERP system to my website on the WordPress and make an integration between them, then Copilot Studio, if Power Automate can do it, then Copilot Studio can do it because whatever is there can be used and executed using the Copilot Studio with the right configurations. And this is what we used to call actions. And before that, it used to be called plugins. And 3 days ago, it's been renamed to be tool. Now you have a tool inside the Copilot Studio. It's the same thing as action, and you might find some references call it plugins. So whenever you have plugin actions tool, it's related to something related to Power Automate, which is a connectors that you have that you can use inside your Copilot Studio to interact with systems, with external tools, internal tools as well, and even AI tools. So like OCR document, AI models like sentiment analysis, all of this in AI Builder, which is another tool inside the Microsoft Power Platform. So this is important because this is open the space here to make more than just answering questions. I can react upon the data. I can take actions. I can interact with different systems. I can go to external API and connect with them and make full communications based on users' questions. So it's not only specific to answer users' questions. Then we have triggers, which is this is another important thing that the chatbot can now be proactive. So you don't have to wait to the event from the user to happen to start the chat. There's a trigger that can be used where you can the chatbot will be the starter. So they will be starting the action. And this is very creative because now, for example, I have uh, some kind of automation that runs every day, and it sends me the list of my delivery orders, for example, that I supposed to deliver today for a retail company, for example, and I can get it via specific order and all of that. So it's good because now it's a proactive. It's not like okay, I have to wait for the customer to ask me about something or the user. No, it's taking actions by itself. And then we have a lot of capabilities regarding the approvals because now since you integrated with Power Platform and Power Automate mainly, then you can do the full approval stuff and all of that and get update on real time based on the approval happening in Teams or whatever happening inside the organization. So there are limitless business cases that can be done using the Copilot Studio. But it all depends what's the best way to have it done by that. So I will show you now some demo of chat what we did, which is called shop operation. So we're trying to have some kind of how we gonna what actions you can build, the triggers that you can build, and some other details of the chatbot. So first you go to the Copilot Studio, and if this is your first time in the Copilot Studio, you have already some templates that you can start from, or you can build something from scratch. So in our case, we have something already in place. We just extend it. It's already template from Microsoft, but it was not connected to any data source. So we connected to a proper data source. Um, so as you can see here, I just want to highlight. So this is where you decide if use Gen AI is enabled or disabled. And to be honest, this exact options that take the Power Virtual Agent to be a Copilot Studio, because before having this one, it was only depends on the topics of the chatbot. Now, I will explain what topics is in a minute. And here you have something called knowledge. The knowledge is like the data source, the source of the information that this chatbot going to be used. Third thing, we have tools. And as I said, this used to be called actions. And before that, it used to be plugins. So you might see it somewhere as well. Then we have triggers. You see, I have a schedule of the triggers that runs daily that do specific things. I will go through it as well. Then we have something called topic. The topic is some kind of a topic in the conversation. Whenever the user mention it, that will trigger the topic. And like if the user asks for a new product, then you will have a specific topic for it, and that will go through specific steps to go through the topic and then finish the topic. You have some custom topics and some system topics that we will go through them. Then here you have the suggested prompts, which is what you see here, or if you have it in the chat here, like me, I have it in Teams. So you can have the prompts as enabled here. Now, let's go a little bit deeper to the knowledge to start with. I'm not going to cover all the option in this stage. Yeah, okay. So this is a test. So if we put the overview here, and we have add knowledge. I will show you what is the supported knowledge for now so far. So you can read from public website, SharePoint, Azure AI Search, Database, Dynamics 365, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Azure SQL. Some other stuff's in this, but we still don't have much there, to be honest. You can upload file as well. But I think having the SharePoint is important. And Database, Azure SQL is going to be a big difference as well. Now, this one tools, and this is where all the fun happen. You see, I have a lot of actions, tools. And here, if you go to add tool, and if you are familiar with Power Automate, you will find it very similar of what we have there as actions. So for example, if I go filter on Teams, so Teams, I have get Teams, list Teams. Let me do Microsoft Teams. You see, all the actions that are available in Power Automate is available here. So whatever you can do in Power Automate, you can do as part of your Copilot Studio. So every actions is available here as well. You can do, you can go to SQL. You can interact with the SQL database. So if you are familiar with the Power Automate functions and how it's done, then you definitely can easily navigate and build your own custom actions. Depends on your workflow inside the Copilot Studio. Now here even you have a new tool, which is this is where you have custom connector. Like I'm having external API that I want to build a custom connector for it. Similar thing we have in Power Automate, to be honest. So this is not new. The prompt is recently new, so you can create your own prompt and you can use it in Power Automate and in the Copilot Studio. The latest addition to this, which is the Model Context Protocol, it's where you have something like we call it MCP server. It's like one place that all your actions gonna be, and everything in that inside that server will be added automatically to your Copilot Studio. So you don't have to maintain your agent, you maintain the server, and every agent connected to that server will be inheriting all the actions, all the knowledge in that server. So this is good for enterprise deployment as well. So by this having these actions that give you a lot of capabilities, a lot of options to be used as well. I just want to add as well, show you the AI builder stuff, like for invoice processing. There's one from Microsoft, which is the um, I'm not sure about the name exactly, but um, yeah, so the invoice OCR, for example, you can call it here. And this is important because you need to deal with the document sometime, but not like a summarize or get, or you need to have a specific OCR functions, for example, then you can use this inside your bar, your agent. Now, as I said, we have topics. We have two different topics, custom and system. So if we go to the system, it will make sense for you. So conversation start, that's like a system trigger. It's a system topic, as you see. This is all happening automatically. Now in the custom, you have here, let me open one of these triggers for you. And the first step here, it's this description. Whenever the user mention these phrases, it will trigger this topic. And not only this, so if the user say, can you please create a new order, it's still gonna work. So it's not exact phrase, but it once you describe what this topic is doing, the system or the copilot will understand what so when the user asks for something, we'll do some analysis for all the topics and see where the match is, and based on that, we'll trigger the related topics. So you can add much topic as you want, and inside the topic, you can add you can add any tool. Yeah, sorry, I was looking for actions, but I forget that they renamed it. So you can add the tool that you created in the previous steps and keep using it. So, or you can add the connectors directly, which is again similar to Power Automate, but not everything is available here. And here you can have some other options as well. These are some other agent flow that I did. And then you can add another related options like I want asking questions to the user, asking for the debit card conditions, and some advanced stuff as well here. Last thing I want to show you before going to a demo, here's some showing you some activities. It will tell you what's happening exactly in your Copilot Studio. And by the way, this activity can trigger action within the same agent, so you can use this activity as a trigger for other activities as well. You have some analytics here based in Power BI. Um, so it will show you the outcomes, the build messages. This is important. As I told you, this is based on the messages. So you need to check if you want to check this one. This will give you a good overview of the usage. And last thing, I want to say the channel. You can send, depends on your authentication mode. So for example, for this authentication, which is Microsoft authentications, the only available published for us is Teams and Microsoft 365. So you cannot publish it to public website because the authentication method that we are using is Microsoft Entra ID. If you don't want, you need to make it different, then you will have some available to different places. You can see all these ones that's available for now. All right, so enough talking and let's do some testing. You can see here, this is my testing panel as well. So it's starting with a greeting message and with prompts of what can be done. Okay, so if I do track an order, so it's going to the database and it's asking me what's my order number. I need to get an order number. 1 second. And the nice thing as well that it will show you here exactly what's happening on the topic. So we see this topic has been triggered and now it's going to this action. You see we have an action for a track order. Let me get my order number 1 second. And okay, 1 second, it's loading here. So yeah, I got one. So have 322081. Okay, here's I have an actions. It's currently pending. I can of course add more data. So this is coming from my database. Let me show you. So my database here is SharePoint. And I'm using the Power Automate to get the data from the SharePoint as well. So I can get the details of all what I need from the database. Okay, if I go back to let's say asking, show me if you do some generative questions, the most selling product. So this is one is generative. So and it gives me everything about the most selling products. I can ask questions like, show me the most selling products with discount and price is 100. So it figures out what I'm asking about and do the filtration on it. And by the way, this is like just for testing. The normal way is just going through the chat directly. Okay, now if we reset this one and do something that we can react in the data. Okay, let us create a new order. Okay, so first it's asking me, so it's a simplified, say, ordering mechanism. So I want speaker, I want 10, I got my tracking number available. Now, let me try now to return. And I want initiate a return. Yes. Let me get the ID that we just get 169766. This is the order that we just created. Yeah, sometimes if you get this, you just need to. This is the first time after you publish it. If you did not authorize the connection, so you have to do it, but it's only once. And because we are using the user authorization, not the author authorization. You can do it as an author authentication, but that's risky because all the connection will be using the connection of the author of the agent. Okay, so back to the return. A bit longer. Okay, good. It's now asking me what items that I want. So if I have multiple items in the order, it will should be showing to myself. Submit. Your request is under approval, and now I will receive an approval message on Teams in a second, and that's because I am the approval. So here Teams is not responding, but yeah. So here I will receive, yeah, I got the approval. So telling me that someone is trying to make a return and I have to approve it before it's going to approve. And you can do approval matrix, you can do whatever you want as a process as well. So by this, you can do a lot of stuff, to be honest, because the approval, it's could be complex, could be simple, it depends on your scenario. Uh, let's go to do some stuff like what's product are trending now. So this is coming from the SharePoint, and we created an order, we return an order, and I can ask about my order. So generative AI can help with all retrieving data questions. It's very good and it works very well. Oh, not this time because this is trigger topic, but yeah, that's fine. Oh, it's canceled. It's good. They canceled my order. Anyway, so this is about the actions. As you can see, once your topic is connected to actions, it depends on your scenario. It can go to generate document. It can go to trigger a workflow. It can go to an external API. It depends on what you have. Now, what I want to show you as well is the trigger. So, for example, I have this trigger here that it should be send me all the order should be run in the morning and send me all the today delivery. Okay, so do the testing, start testing. I'm not sure if I have anything for delivery today, so it's triggered. Processing. There are no orders of delivery date for today. Therefore, no delivery orders are planned for today. So that's how it's gonna work. If you have, you will get these orders and show this. And this trigger, by the way, let me show you it. It have a lot of as well capabilities. So you can have it depends on actions from different systems. All again, if you are familiar with Power Automate, you know that all the triggers that you have there is available here as well. So now this is important because Copilot or the chatbot doesn't need to be an isolated system. It should be connected to every system, or not every, but at least it can be connected to any system or most system if it has an API, of course, that where you can integrate with the Copilot Studio. So this is in a nutshell how these things works. Uh, just one last thing I want to talk about is about the security when you connect to to the actions. And just one second. Not the action, the knowledge. Sorry. No, because this is already created. Microsoft clearly make it hard to stay up to date with all the interface changes. The thing that I want to just show you that you can specify whether you need the data source to be accessed by, yeah, this is the one, sorry, authentication. So as you can see here, you have two options, the Copilot author authentication or user authentication. And this is important because some data sensitivity could be compromised if you do Copilot author authentication, because if the author has access to everything in the company, then don't have a proper limitation for it. But at the same time, you need to keep in mind that if you are publishing this Copilot to external, to the public website, for example, then you will not be able to use the user authentication and they will get an error. So you need to plan this carefully before you start building your Copilot Studio. All right, so back to our slides. So we talk about the demo. As I said, the actions matter for us because it's actually the gate to the automation. Without the actions, we don't have automation. We have a chatbot that answers our questions. That's good, but to make it really helping people on the day-to-day operation is where we have the actions or tools. And tools and actions are important. You will have less work. You can automate manual work. You can make it more an operational tool rather than just a chatbot assistant. It's a faster for execution, of course, and it happens in real time. So in general, how we look at it as a structure when we build a solution. So first, you have the topics, which is the trigger that coming from the chat. Think about it like this, and external triggers. This is layer one. Then we have layer two. We have the actions and the workflow, which is actually the Power Automates and the the connectors that we have inside the Copilot Studio where we can integrate with different actions. The layer three or the third level is your data, your systems, your infrastructure even, because we can connect with that as well. So you can connect with APIs, with systems, with data sources, and this is where you have combined all of this to come up with a solution for it. So hopefully I covered most of how to build the Copilot Studio with the more than the chatting capabilities. Uh, and then I will leave some room. Oh, we already have like 3 minutes left. So I will leave some room for some questions. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or you have any ideas that you would like to discuss, or and if you help in this questionnaire as well, so maybe we can plan our next session about it. Already, yeah, I missed the first poll. Okay, yeah, there was a yeah. Okay, that's good. Any questions so far? Any uh, let's say further comments? All right. In this case, thank you for joining, and hopefully we uh, give you some added value in this workshop. And if you have any questions or you have any comments, please reach out. And always happy to help. Thank you all, and have a good weekend ahead. Almost. Thank you all. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks, Ted. Thanks, Reno. Thanks, Abbas. Thanks, Akhil.